Does Toy Story really need 5 movies?
Yes.
No.
Welcome back to Time Sweeps.
And we're back.
Stop shading it.
No. What? No, just, we'll leave it over there.
All right.
I'm going to hide it in the room.
These two are children.
Absolutely.
They drew phallic imagery, and they're laughing about it hysterically.
Yeah, because I knew he wouldn't expect me to actually draw.
It's
like the lowest
He
form of
literally
creativity.
guessed that you were drawing a penis.
Right, but he didn't think it was actually going to be that.
No, I didn't. I thought it was gonna be some little guy, but it was some little guy.
It was a little guy versus a little guy.
All
This
right.
is I would say that's quite above average. What about you?
Yeah, it's like the German average.
Yeah, I'd say so. Anyway,
Mind you, the paper is this big.
Okay. Shut. All right. So, Disney recently announced that they're doing Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and Zootopia. I'm no longer moving my hands. Fuck you both.
Zootopia, I'm excited for.
I mean, yeah, Zootopia did it enough to where like
I won't be satisfied unless there's heroin in it. I want someone to overdose on heroin, and Judy Hopps has to be like
overdose on catnip.
catnip. There we go. She has to be
But,
like, we need a drug division.
Zootopia did well
Zootopia
enough
City.
to where like I'm fine with it. It's a standalone movie. I'm fine with it not having a. I mean, I'm fine with it having a sequel. Frozen, fine. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes
what,
too much money.
I don't know what else they could do with it.
Bro, you gotta
Because they kind of did like a closed book ending, like they did Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4.
They've done a closed book ending twice on a Frozen.
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
but
But
you gotta admit the fire soundtracks, bro.
unless they give Anna fire
have Let It
powers,
Go.
I'm not. I don't know.
We have Into the Unknown. We have Lost in the Woods.
I think Lost in the Woods is.
'Cause I'm lost in the woods.
It's
you,
the
you
prime
only
cut
know
out
these
of
because you
those.
have little sisters.
I have a big sister too who watches those things.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a millennial big sister.
with 2 daughters as well. So I have
Yeah.
so many people in my life.
Yeah,
who watch
but
this shit.
yeah,
So that's
Toy
why
Story.
I know all the Paw Patrol people.
Toy Story. It was fine with ending with 3. In 4, I mean, it took some of the message away from
4 made
3.
me cry. 3 made me cry.
3 made me cry.
4 made me cry though when Woody goes off to be away and to
Well,
be his
like,
own little guy.
I mean,
I'm
like-
just like
Yeah, but what are we gonna do with the 5th movie?
Buzz is gonna get AIDS.
That's not what I was expecting. It's like the toy equivalent is like the batteries corroding or something. Something
that'd
like
be awesome.
horrible.
And then he gives it to Jesse.
Well, that's the thing though. Like the way that those work, like the pull string toys, they don't have batteries. They have like an internalized battery. So wait, no, that's worse. You can't fix them.
No. And then
You have to buy an entirely new voice box.
You
which is
remember
what's
the
wrong
whole
in Toy
plot
Story
of
4 with the other character.
the whole plot of Toy Story 4 was that the one toy was trying to get Woody's box.
Yeah.
It was wild.
What if it's like takes place after humanity is gone
Did Duke?
and the toys inherit the earth?
That'd be cool.
Stop justifying it.
Would Duke Kaboom be in this
Doesn't
movie? Did he
need
go with
another
him?
one.
I don't know what happened to Duke Kaboom.
So this week,
Duke Kaboom.
this
That's
week,
my Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom.
we're gonna be
I don't know
talking
how it
about
was.
unnecessary
That's about it.
sequels. So like sequels that didn't really need to happen, didn't help.
All
the-
sequels happen for a reason, and it's usually money.
Yeah,
Money.
They all exist for a reason.
for a reason, but like
They're not all justifiable.
they're not in service of the story.
also gonna
they're
talk
not
about-
in service of the characters.
We're also going to talk about later sequels that were better than the OGs. Because
Oh, I thought we were gonna save that for another episode. Okay.
Yeah, I
should
think we could
we?
wrap it up. We'll see how it goes.
just second movies, because I want to talk about a couple movies.
Because it's going to end up being talked about one way or another, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Because I think there's
Where
also
do we start
a lot
with
of
this?
things that
Because,
don't
like-
exist.
Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Any direct-to-video
Any-
sequel that Disney made, like
Charlotte's
there's,
Web
Other
2.
than Aladdin, the Aladdin ones were good.
I've never watched them.
I've
There's-
never seen
the
it.
Aladdin- the Aladdin ones were
What
actually
happens
pretty
in the
good.
second movie?
The
What
the
happens?
second one didn't have
It's like
Robin Williams.
3.
Is not as good, but the third one pretty damn good. Basically, Aladdin discovers that his father's alive, and it's weird.
the actual
like-
King of Thieves and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a sequel to Atlantis. It's not very good. Also-
Atlantis, and Atlantis is one of those forgotten, I think, goated movies.
It's great.
I love Atlantis.
It's one of my favorites. Come to find out later on, like when I was little watching it, grew up, and I liked Mike Mignola artwork, and then my dad's just looking at stuff online. He was like, "Oh, guess who worked on Atlantis? Mike Mignola." And it's like,
Really? Who voices the main character? Who voices
I'm not
him
sure.
again? Because it's someone like,
Michael J. Fox.
yeah, Michael J. Fox. I was like, it was someone like in this field already, you know.
I don't remember what I was looking at earlier. I was watching a movie, and it had the dude that did the voice of like what is it? The Italian guy with like the bombs and stuff. I don't remember.
Oh,
Bon
like,
Voyage?
No. The guy
we're
in
talking
Atlantis.
about Atlantis.
Oh. My brain.
Bon
was
Voyage is French.
Yeah.
Voyage. And he talks with an outrageous French accent.
Why? I understand. That's a good
And
sequel.
context was
Incredibles
also
Um,
Atlantis.
but
Anyway, the French guy.
Yeah, Italian guy.
Bombs. A bomb.
There is a French guy, and he's a little mole
Oh yeah.
called Mole, I think. Isn't that his name?
Mole. Yeah. And
But
he
I don't remember what I was watching, and it might have been the dude from Indiana Jones that played
Mole
Hitler.
is the Underminer.
Mole is the Underminer, just to connect the movies. He's just like 100 years old.
Behold the Underminer.
I've met that actor. He
You
was
have?
also in Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah,
Who is
he's
he in Star Wars.
He's in Empire Strikes Back, and he has a mustache. It's just like a really large, obnoxious mustache.
I thought
Wait.
the guy who did the Underminer was the guy who did the piggy bank.
Same guy.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember him
Because he's
as
in
Admiral
every
Mustache.
Pixar movie.
Yep, he's Mac.
And he's in Star Wars?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was in Empire Strikes Back.
He was Empire Strikes Back.
another,
was Empire Strikes
another
Back.
useless freaking
I'm going to look that up.
sequel. Cars 2.
Cars 2 is
Cars
a
2
perfect
is
example.
fire.
Cars 2 is awful.
Cars 2 is fire.
Cars 3 makes more sense.
I do agree that I think Cars 2 should have been its own thing.
it should have
like
just
a
been called
Mater's-
Mater's movie.
Mater's movie?
It should have been Mater. It should have been Mater.
Oh,
Um,
I know the perfect
but
sequel
because
to
Cars 3
that
is
shouldn't exist.
Cars 3 is
What?
awesome.
Planes.
Oh God.
You can't call it anything besides a sequel because
How
they
does
just
that work?
I think it's just a canonical universe thing.
It is, but you wouldn't exist without Cars. You know what I mean? Like, it's an extension of Cars because even the first Planes movie, it's about racing. It's plane racing. And then the second one's about being a firefighter.
Yeah.
Or do I have that backwards? It's
no,
one of the. It's
that
that order. They tried to make Cars with an underdog story instead of being like Lightning McQueen learns to be a better person. It was more like, I want to be a racer.
Yeah.
I want to be a racer.
What?
Yeah, you know, everyone that commences in a race is called a racist.
I guess I'm a race car driver.
Oh my God.
All I could
Shut
think of
the
was like
fuck-
a Primus song. Is Johnny was a race car driver.
Bro,
I don't remember his name. I just call him Admiral Mustache.
I mean, I liked Monsters University. It wasn't really necessary, but I liked
but
it.
it was a dope movie.
yeah, perfect
Monsters
example of like it's not necessarily
Well, that's also a prequel.
true. It didn't need to exist, but it's not
added-
offensive. You know what I mean?
and
It's
it
not
added to the
garbage.
It
It's
added to
okay.
the story. It gave context to why they were there.
Gave him
Like-
context why Randall was such a dick.
Because they were dicks to Randall.
Yeah,
Because
because
he deserved it. Because he went behind their backs and joined
That's
Roar
true.
Omega Roar.
That's true.
I couldn't even remember
Um,
that. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
We're okay. That would be my
oh yeah,
fraternity.
Superman 4 Quest for Peace.
Yeah, Superman 3, Superman 4, Superman Returns.
Remember when we were gonna get Man of
Superman
Steel 2?
Returns, I
I
have
It's
a
okay.
soft spot for because it was
Well, yeah, like,
around when I was a kid. But
Came
like,
out when we were growing up.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin is a perfect example.
Well, like
Batman Forever
yeah, they only did it for money.
Is that the only live action Robin we've ever gotten?
was that kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're counting like Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
Like in the cinema, yes.
yeah.
And yeah, in terms of movies, that's the only Robins we've
and
gotten.
that's honestly very depressing.
Actually, Batman 1966 was released in theaters with a movie,
That's
so there
true.
was
Burt
that.
so we had Burt Ward and that kid.
So there's that. There is that much Robins. All two.
All two Robins.
Both of them Dick Grayson.
Yep. Rightfully so.
Yeah, it's hard to adapt any other Robin when you don't even have that one. So I give him that much.
Yeah.
He's the first one, right? He's
they're going to try Damian Wayne this time around, which
I think they're going to try and retroactively have other Robins exist, because that's kind of crucial to Damian Wayne existing.
Yeah, because Dick Grayson was his big brother, Tim Drake kind of...
It gives context to him learning how to be a better person, as well as... Wasn't Dick Grayson the one who kind of,
Right, kind of...
It depends on, there was the movie version, and then there was also the comic version.
Dick Grayson was his Batman for a while.
Yeah.
But also, Jason Todd was... Since he's the other angry one, he's like, hey, chill the hell out.
That didn't work, though, at first.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not
because
that guy.
Damian Wayne beat the crap out of him and left a crowbar in his pillow.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite comic. It's so funny. But the first appearance of Damian Wayne in, the costume is also, the first appearance of Professor Pig. So there's, a lot of stuff that Damian Wayne is, people are like, oh, this is the worst era of Robins. And it's like, no, this is actually a pretty sizable era.
I'm going to make a statement. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All Disney sequels are garbage. With some exceptions. Connor says Aladdin 2 is all right.
Aladdin 3, I think, is what he said.
Aladdin 2 is okay. Aladdin 3 is good.
Okay, so there's that exception.
The Cinderella sequels are awful.
Cinderella, Little Mermaid,
Fox
2.
and the Hound 2.
Fox and the Hound 2.
Fox
and the Hound is a dope
Aside
movie.
from Lion King
that
1
movie
and a
when I was a
half, Lion King is good.
I watched it way
aside from
after.
Lion King 1 and a half, the Lion King sequels
I thought
are
Lion
shit.
King 1 and a half was where Timon
it's
and
Timon
Pumbaa
It's just
Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Just
It's
doing that
It's just
thing over the first movie.
Yeah, it's just cheap laugh crap. Essentially.
second
But
one
I
that
remember
where
I
he has
just
the
enjoyed that one
kids?
as a kid. That's
I don't know. It's I don't know what's canon in that universe now, because they have that, and then they have this show now called Lion Guard
Dude, it's a
with
show
his
about
son.
talking lions.
with his son.
I don't know if there is a canon. It's Disney.
And then, but he already had a son that looked like Scar. And then he had a daughter too. Yeah, that was in Lion King 2. He had a kid. And
There
it
was
looked like
Scar had a kid, and Nala and Simba's kid. It was so. Lion King is Hamlet. Well, no, not Hamlet. Lion King is Macbeth.
Wait, no, other way around.
No,
It is not Macbeth.
is it Hamlet?
It has to be Hamlet. Because Macbeth, it doesn't match up with the story parallels because he doesn't kill the person in charge to try and become... Unless it was from Scar's perspective.
Yeah, it's Simba's son from Lion King 2. He's dark and he looks like Scar. Like he has Scar's color coat.
That's Scar's kid.
That's his kid.
He just looked up Simba's kid.
son, Lion King 2.
Youngest child, Simba and Nala. Younger brother of Oh.
Well, that's Kion. That's the Lion Guard one.
Which I thought doesn't exist anymore. Have you ever seen Peter Pan
Kovu.
2? Please tell me you've seen that.
I have seen Peter Pan 2.
Okay. I've tried to describe it
Isn't
to
that
people,
the-
and they're like, oh, it's not real. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
Screw you, it's
one
real
during-
and
the
it's
one
crap.
during World War II.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goddamn. It felt like a trip to me. I remember watching it as a child. I'm like, what is this crap? This doesn't make sense. I don't know what
Honestly,
it was.
Chronicles
There's
of
something about it.
Narnia works as a better World War II movie.
Chronicles of Narnia. Why do we have a set? Well, the Prince Caspian. I know there's multiple books, but Prince Caspian was garbage. And you know what else was? That was
On
yeah.
retrospect, I
And then
tried
you know what it
watching
was
the
even
first
more?
movie again, and it's kind of hard to watch.
You know what was even more garbage? The third one, with the Adam
the one with
Warlock
the-
guy.
Oh yeah, and they're
Also
on the
the-
sea with
Yeah,
the
he's on the
rat.
boat.
Also, after
They made some
Pirates of the Caribbean 3
really cool
stopped
crap for
making
it,
it.
though.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean 3 was the last good Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
What was the last one? The one it was mediocre, not at World's End. Or is that the
There's
name of
Dead
the third
Man's,
The one with the pirate, Dead Man something.
Chess?
Tall Tales. Dead Men Tell Tall Tales.
Is that the name of the movie?
I
It's
can't
kind of a
remember.
long ass name.
Yeah, it's like the Fall Out Boy name of movies.
God, I can't remember the name of it, but it was interesting to say the least. The one before it with Blackbeard and stuff, that is awful. It is single-handedly one of the worst movies I have ever seen. But then you have this one. It's well, I guess they're trying something. But then there was a teaser for Davy Jones coming back, It's like, how do you, what? None of it makes sense. They're all trying to make money with the same type of things, and like they just can't do it because they're like, oh, we've killed this character. Well, bring him back so that way we can make money. It's like, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps when you have like those 3 movies was a story, or the last 2 movies in the trilogy were a story. The first one set up these characters, and the second one they were like, what if we had fish people?
What movie are you talking about?
Pirates of the Caribbean. The 5 of them that exist, and the last 2 are just not very good, but the 5th one's better than the 4th one.
The last one tries to tie everything in, but like at the same time, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
The first one was supposed to be
Wasn't there a Treasure Planet
contained.
2?
No.
Is there?
There's not.
I don't think
there's
so.
Not. There's not.
I don't think there. I don't think
would
there
be-
is. But if there is
would
one,
be-
I'd believe it.
I'd be all over Treasure Planet 2 if there was a Treasure Planet 2.
No.
Unless it's garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I love
Swore there
Treasure Planet
was.
as a kid, and it is like the
Treasure Planet 2 is a canceled 2002 Disney animated sequel filmed to Treasure Planet.
Mm-hmm.
But look, there was even art for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I remember seeing something about Treasure Planet 2.
But like the reason is because like fucking Pixar took off and everything. That was like one of the last was it one of the last hand drawn?
Second to last hand-drawn
Treasure
Disney
Planet?
movie.
Oh yeah, other than
Princess and the Frog was the last 2D Disney movie.
which is weird.
I love Princess and the Frog.
Right, yeah, that one's just fine, yeah.
I feel like
Because
if
then we
Disney-
got into the art style of like Tangled, right? And that was like the first of the new
Well, that
style.
one's Pixar.
honestly.
Tangled, sorry, you said Tangled, didn't
Tangled.
you? Sorry, I'm thinking of Brave.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
I think if Disney wants to bring something different to the table going forward, they need to bring back 2D animation.
It's the only way that they could do something that would be so drastic to be interesting. You know
exactly.
what I mean? Unless they like all of a sudden start blending different animation styles together.
like
Imagine a movie that conducted like 2D and 3D together. Like there's been attempts, but they always get scrapped. Pixar. DreamWorks was supposed to make a movie, and then they scrapped it so that way they could do Boss Baby.
well, yeah, they were trying to do
Underrated movie.
Never say that again.
Wasn't there a second
Underrated movie.
DreamWorks Sinbad movie?
Was there a sequel to that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Pixar is kind of... DreamWorks is kind of all over the place, if you think about it.
Yeah, DreamWorks as a company has done everything.
You know what's a...
Tarzan 2.
Tarzan 2? Is that not a good one?
It's
Is that where he's a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarzan 2 is where he's a kid.
I mean, it's
What?
fine.
No, you don't know? In Tarzan 3, he's an adult again.
Screw this.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Tarzan 2 is Tarzan 2 is a sequel. 3 is a sequel, and Tarzan 2 is a prequel.
Wait, there's a Tarzan 3?
I think I'm
Bullshit.
94% sure there's
Bullshit.
Tarzan 3.
There's not a Tarzan 3.
I hope there's not. I wish
I
there
swear
wasn't a
to God.
Tarzan 2.
Tarzan and Jane, 2002 film.
Shut the fuck.
I hate this.
5.2 on IMDb.
Oh, wait, no. Look up Tarzan 2. I think Tarzan and Jane was a
kid.
Tarzan 2, but that came out in 2005. I think Tarzan and Jane was a TV movie,
That would make sense.
like to coincide with the TV show.
There's
Yeah,
a
like-
TV show.
Tarzan, Lilo and Stitch. What else?
There was. I remember TV
Lilo
made
and
movies
Stitch,
for
too.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
is a
like
thing.
the sequels to Lilo and
Stitch,
Stitch that are.
Stitch has a glitch and Leroy and Stitch were okay. There's also a TV movie, Lilo and Stitch. There's a lot of Lilo and Stitch content that people don't know about.
I didn't know there was like 700 variations of Stitch
Yep.
until TikTok taught me.
But like there's
It's because they couldn't think of anything else to do, so they were like, "What if we just threw this over and over and over?"
That was
again?
the premise of the TV show. It was like a weekly. It was a weekly monster or a weekly.
Who's that Stitch?
Weekly alien
It's Pikachu.
type.
It's
show.
Clefairy.
And then I think the finale was the movie where they like
like
rounded up the rest of them.
It was like a prison system that they had put a bunch of them in, wasn't it?
He's got the red one.
I don't know if it was a prison system or they like.
I remember there being like
No,
a
tell me
giant
why-
containment center.
Yeah, that's in the first Lilo and Stitch.
Right, but I remember it coming back on like TV.
Oh, I don't know.
But like,
There's a Lilo and Stitch show.
yeah, there's
Right.
Yeah, the
That's
Lilo
what we
and
were just
Stitch
talking
show.
about.
Oh,
And
I'm
then
sorry.
there's the Lilo's. Then there's
I
a
was
Tarzan
looking
TV show, and then
See,
not a tournament.
this kind of conversation exemplifies why these sequels are so ass. You have one dude over here that's like, okay, we have this, this, and this, and the other one's like, what if there was this? And then all three of them are like, nah, let's make this instead. And that's why Treasure Planet 2 doesn't exist.
Let me go get
Treasure Planet 2, the lost film of 2000.
God. No, there was supposed to be a Gladiator 2 at one point, and that doesn't need to exist. It wouldn't have made sense. Gladiator 1 didn't need to exist.
Like the Russell Crowe Gladiator?
Yeah.
What about the spin-off of with the Tinkerbell?
God, those are awful.
Like the,
Every single one of them.
like the Winter Fairy.
I have a theory.
Every single person
Wait,
that
no,
watched
I'm not
those
gonna
became
share-
gay.
I'm not gonna. What? What?
I said what you're talking about, the theory.
That everyone who watched them is gay.
Became gay.
Everyone
'Cause
who
my-
watched
my-
those are gay.
Okay, here's the concept.
Specifically bisexual, I believe, was the framing that Connor gave at one time.
Because
Tinkerbell
my
got
girlfriend's
people-
bi, my sister's gay, and then like
The
every
only connection.
every
the
single
only
like
two women we know.
person in the LG.
All two women we know.
I did. Every single person that I've talked to in the like about this in the LGBTQ community has said they dug it.
They watched
They watched the hell out
Tinkerbell
of it.
movies.
So like, I'm not saying this is a baseless notion, but like, I'm also not generalizing. But
No, we're gonna put. I want to put out an internet survey because now I'm curious. Because it's not generalization, but now I'm curious. What is the ratio of people who identify in the LGBT community who have watched these and like them growing up? Because the only correlation would be that they liked them and they happen to be
because,
in that.
Tinkerbell's thick.
But it's like,
Tinkerbell Slim Thick. That's why I watched him.
yeah.
Yeah.
End of episode. That's how it ends.
That's also why I'm gay.
That's why I like men.
It's because Tinkerbell was thick as shit. Tinkerbell, not the
Okay.
Tinkussy.
This is divulged.
This is exploded
Okay.
into a monster. Let's talk about a good sequel. My favorite sequel.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2. is-
Empire Strikes Back.
And then Shrek 3 was okay. And
Yeah,
then
but Shrek
4
2.
wasn't
Shrek
necessary.
2 is everything that a studio hopes to do with the second movie. They build on the story that they had.
Puss
They
in
make
Boots
it better.
2.
Puss in Boots. I haven't seen it. All I remember is the.
It's great. I'm fully serious when I say there were shots in that movie that it's like, this didn't need to be as artistically done as it is.
Like when he gets the.
Yeah, the hair thing.
Is that out on anything yet?
I don't know. If it's going
Or
to be
did you go
out
to the
somewhere, it's going to
theaters?
be on Peacock. I watched it in theaters.
Oh, I didn't. I need to watch
paid
it.
for 3D. So
Oh.
for some reason, what's weird is me and Brian in the same day went to the same theater to go see it, but did not run into each other.
We need to go to B&B theaters for
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
That was
I got
yeah.
a couple gift cards
Oh my god.
that we could use.
So, there is Lilo and Stitch the movie, Lion Guard, the Little Mermaid TV series. There is
I remember
The
that.
Legend of Tarzan, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
There was a TV show.
Hercules, Herbie.
The show's
yeah.
awful. Don't look into it.
Herpes
Ru-
is
ru-
what I thought.
apparently
it was.
there's
Herpes.
Shut the fuck.
But you just said herb, and I was like,
There's
sequel to Honey,
Sing
I
Me a
Shrunk the Kids.
Song story with Belle.
oh god.
Dumbo Circus, which was in '97. 101 Dalmatians, the TV series.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Winnie the Pooh, we're gonna throw that out. This own.
Yeah,
thing.
that one's its own thing in a
Zootopia
weird way.
Plus.
Yeah.
That was like a mini series, right?
Yeah, they're like little episodes of like
Mhm.
things that were going
Timon
on in
and
the
Pumbaa.
same day.
Timon
as
and
the
Pumbaa.
movie.
It's
Timon
kind
and
of like
Pumbaa. Stitch and
there was that Mater Tall Tales
Oh,
stuff
it's
too.
an
Yeah.
it's
That's
a Chinese adaptation.
That was
to
actually
okay.
fun, and that's what I thought. Like
It's a ghost light. And
that's what
There's
the movie
also a
should have been
Lilo and
titled.
Stitch
Cars
anime.
2 should have been called Mater's Tallest Tale.
I've been good. That's my girlfriend.
It's a better name than what they had as Cars 2.
Didn't make me smile. Make me smile?
Emperor's New School.
What?
That one's it's bad.
Emperor's New Groove.
Kronk's New Groove was good.
I haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. He he goes in to do the chipmunk
Buzz
thing.
Lightyear of Star Command.
There was actually a point where I was barred from watching Disney sequels because my dad was like, "I can't take it. We're not doing this."
What do you feel about Emperor's New Groove?
I watched it as a kid, mostly at school. 'Cause
So
that
Kronk's
was
New
one of the
Groove
that
is
was like the
good.
cutoff. My dad was like, "I don't think I like Disney anymore."
Because they have like David Spade in there.
David Spade reminded me of something that very much connects to
John
this,
Goodman?
this
That's his
sequel
name?
stuff. Yeah, John Goodman's in it.
Yeah.
David Spade plays the Invisible Man in Hotel Transylvania.
Yep.
You know what David Spade's voice sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of redneckish, whatever you want to call it. And there was
just say
too many-
raspy cigarette smoker.
Yeah. That's better. That's much better. Not
Wait, wasn't
not
David
peak
Spade Ultron?
No.
Spader.
Spader, thank you.
I was like, yeah, no, sorry.
No.
Oh, David Spade.
David
Shit.
Spade's the blonde guy in all the Adam Sandler
I
movies.
know.
Yep.
Yep.
He was Joe Dirt, wasn't he, or is that a different guy?
Yeah, that's Joe Dirt.
Okay, so Joe Dirt. The Joe Dirt. Perfect example.
It's
So you
pronounced
see
Dirte.
Dirte. That image.
Yeah.
You think of that image. You know what he looks like. You know what he sounds like. I am not over that when the last Hotel Transylvania movie came out and they were like humans again or whatever, which he's always been human.
He's just invisible.
Yeah, screw you people. It's like there was so many people online, mostly young girls with familial issues is how I'm going to phrase it. Just name every kind of problem you could think of and they exist.
Wyatt.
I'm getting to it. I have a point. And they were like, oh,
I
the
don't
Invisible Man's
want
voice is
issues.
too hot for him to look like that. And it's like, it is David Spade. You did not just say David Spade's voice is hot.
David Spade's voice is hot.
I'm going to take your testicles.
Bro, go scroll back up. You had a picture. You had a thing in it. Oh, click on that picture again. Nope, the one. Oh, Bambi. It was Bambi. Bambi 2 is a thing.
I forgot Bambi 2 existed, and now I'm gonna hit you for reminding me.
What you gonna know?
Drop them drawers, boy.
God. No, Bambi
I
2's
just
a
look
thing.
over and see the box knife out. I'm like,
I like how it's called Lion Guard, and it's a hippo, a badger. The badger's the only acceptable
Wait,
one.
is that a
that can be
honey
on.
badger?
It's a honey badger.
And
It's the only badger that lives in that
I
region.
need to watch this now.
no,
As long as you don't
it's,
pick-
it's a child's.
Yeah,
It's a child show.
So what? A bunch of people watching freaking Bluey as
Yeah, I was
20
about
and
to-
30-year-olds.
I was about to say, Connor,
Because
if you
they
watch
have adult themes in there. They tell so. This is why my sister.
I do not believe you.
No, this is why my sister likes Bluey, and Jordan liked Bluey too. So they like Bluey because they make sure to have like, mommy's got home from work. She wants to have some quiet time. It's okay to have quiet time, mommies. So it, like, talks to the parents while your kid's watching it too.
That's it.
Yeah,
So why is there so many people that don't have children that like watching it?
because they're ill in the head. It's the same
Because
reason why
they're
some
also
people we know like watching-
traumatized and don't have didn't have good parents growing up, so they
Why are
are
we-
getting re-raised by the main parents.
The dogs.
Yes.
I refuse to
said
believe
it.
that Bluey. I refuse to believe that Bluey is
Is there
that
a
deep.
second Hercules movie?
No, there's a Hercules series.
About when?
It would have been after the show came out. They made toys for it. A lot of the toys and stuff that exist were for that show.
Yeah, but when is it canonically? Like,
It would have to
But
be
it would-
after the movie.
It was, well,
because he
no,
looked skinny there.
he was skinny, so
I
it'd
thought
be
Zeus appeared in it though.
Hercules Zero to Hero.
Zero to hero, zero hero. That's like some of the biggest bops to come out of Disney. Period.
I think it's a lot better than a lot of stuff that people are like.
Hercules
This is the
Zero
best.
to Hero was a film.
Was it a prequel movie?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 Hercules things on there, but that looks like a different.
Was it a show, real movie?
Hercules and Xena, like Xena, Warrior Princess.
Hercules in that show.
Little Mermaid.
What's
And
that
there's
actor's
also a
name?
Hercules show
Trash.
though.
Little Mermaid 2. Trash.
Never
Pocahontas
seen
2.
it.
There's a Pocahontas 2.
It doesn't need to exist.
Shut the no. I
Pocahontas 2.
refuse to believe you.
Yeah, I forget the plot too.
Oh my
She go-
god.
She goes to England.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that is historical.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
much more historical than the first one.
Does she
Mulan
Arguably.
does she
2?
does she die?
No.
Mulan.
But
2.
she also didn't marry John Smith, so take that with a.
Pretty sure there's a Mulan 2.
There
John
is.
Smith died.
Huh?
Didn't John Smith die
No,
in the first movie?
no. They have like a happily ever after.
It's like the whitest name.
Yeah, that is a real dude though.
Yeah, I know.
He was
yeah.
buried with his spear
Yeah, yeah.
And he
I know
died,
it was a
like,
real name,
I
like
think-
a real dude.
100 years before Pocahontas actually was a real person or something like that.
Wasn't John Smith in the movies blonde?
Yes.
Yeah.
But why is he brunette in the second one?
Budget. I don't know. Maybe he did die.
I swore he
No,
died.
she stops his execution.
No.
No, but he gets stabbed.
Does he die though?
That's not John Smith. That's a
Okay.
different dude. John
This
Smith
is-
definitely
this-
dies.
I can't remember.
Because he gets-
Pocahontas
Because I try not to watch Pocahontas.
plot.
Why?
It's like the worst Disney princess movie. Colors of the Wind is the most annoying song ever. The best song in that movie is Savages.
It's also like the
would
kind
like-
of one of the more racist of them.
Go on, finish it. You'd like to what?
To rage. to rage.
Oh my god.
How cool was that last episode?
That was good.
And episode 10 was
John
the
is
best of the
nursed
whole
back to
season.
health by the tribe, but must return to England for his wounds to fully heal.
So he was stabbed and survived.
Bruh.
Wait.
So what explains him
Okay.
turning
So
brown?
John has
his
to
hair brown.
Okay, so John has to go back to England for his wounds to fully heal. But
Yeah, he
This
has to
is
make a
the-
3-month voyage on a ship to survive.
Yeah, back across the
yeah,
Atlantic.
where you'd more than likely get infected and die.
We got scurvy. in the
Scurvy!
elementary.
I have not thought about that song.
Pink, bro.
In
Pink and
so
SpongeBob,
long.
dude. We got scurvy. That's a throwback.
It's from the Truth or Square special where they keep saying the 11th anniversary of
Little
the Krusty
Mermaid
Krab, but it was the
2.
10th anniversary of the show.
Little Mermaid 2.
Never watched it. Don't plan
Trash.
to.
Trash. It's about her daughter finding love.
I like Little
No one cares
Mermaid
about her daughter, bro.
more than Pocahontas.
But what happens in Cinderella too?
Okay.
Nothing.
This is
That's
just
the
going to be
problem.
about Disney movie sequels.
Yeah, it's because they're the best example of this.
How to Train Your Dragon 2? How to Train Your Dragon 3?
Those
How
are
to-
good.
Those are good.
But
fire.
none of those movies have anything to do with the books.
There's books?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it started as a book series. There's
You're
a lot
lying.
of them.
You're lying.
I read them.
That's awesome. Percy Jackson was a good movie the first time.
Yeah,
Bad second movie. They
the
didn't
first
really do-
time is it's okay
I love the first.
It's one of
Percy
those
Jackson,
things- it's a nostalgic
lightning
look.
thing movie.
yeah.
because it's
Probably
I-
just because I like the
It's
books.
the books are better than the movie.
Yeah, it was probably because I like the
That-
books.
yeah.
that
And
was like,
I'm really, honestly, really hopeful for the show that's coming out.
I
Because
just
that's gonna be
Didn't
really.
they just cast that one kid who played young Ryan Reynolds or no?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So like, I'm happy with that.
I'm
because
hoping
that
it's
seems like
good.
he's- yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some things it's like I don't know how this is gonna. I don't
But
know.
like, it's closer to the books.
But I know it. Sidebar to that, it spawned something that I don't like.
What?
All the people that are like, "Oh my God, Greek mythology is such a mood. These are like this," and it's like, no,
Greek mythology
Greek mythology is
freaking crazy.
it's awful, and I don't mean like awful like it's not interesting. I mean it awful like. Do you know the things that Zeus did to procure that pantheon?
Do you know
Also-
what his dad did to him and his siblings?
They didn't eat him though. That's part of the thing. He was the only one that got away.
Yeah, it got away.
The mother
His
hid him,
siblings.
and then he came back and cut his father
Who
open.
did they send away to sea for like days? He was like
Odysseus?
demigod.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Like his mom just was like, "Hey, yo, they're gonna kill
Perseus?
Oh, that
Oh,
is
Perseus?
Perseus.
Okay.
Perseus is the only one to not die.
Well,
like at the end.
as a demigod,
Yeah.
you." Hercules.
Hercules
How does
doesn't-
Hercules die?
he doesn't die at the end of his story.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Most demigods don't die. They're demigods.
Achilles dies.
He's not a demigod.
He's not. He's just a
He's a dude.
hero.
He was just a really strong dude that the gods favored, and then his boyfriend got killed and he got overzealous.
His boyfriend got killed.
Yeah. It was
Poor
his
guy.
servant and best friend. Excuse me. It's like reading this. It's like
fondled him.
yeah. This sounds a lot like some Greek fondling.
in fucking the Reardon thing. Yeah. Okay. So
Mulan 2.
Never watched it. I watched the live action version.
I mean, it's okay.
It's
Mulan
bad.
2,
I mean,
It's
I've
it's a
the plot.
stinker.
I know I've seen every one of these movies that we've talked about, but it's been so long that I've forgotten the plots. Because half of them
bad.
didn't have plots.
It's because they were like sitting there with their thumbs up their butts and they were like, "How do we make a sequel?
Charlotte's
we need
Web
something that
2,
makes money."
bro. In a different art style.
There's also an example of this in the
Trash.
DCAU. Batman: The Mystery of the Batwoman. It's not good.
it's not.
Batman Sub-Zero. I haven't watched it.
It's
The clips I've seen,
okay.
it's not good though. The clips I've seen,
Okay.
they've already told Mr. Freeze's story. What is this?
I don't know.
What makes it different? What
It
makes
has
it
Bat-
special?
not
It has
Arnold.
Batgirl.
It adds Batgirl. So you mean like the later episodes of Batman animated series where she appears and talks to Mr. Freeze as well?
Oh my. That also something weird about that. Yeah. It also the mystery or whatever the Batwoman. introduces like reminds you of the fact that like Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon, like in one little scene, are like kind of a weird thing in that continuity. There's one scene, it's like he's like,
"Hi, Barbara."
no.
Nice to see you back.
Okay. So
I thought I watched this recently. Maybe I fell asleep. I do not know what you were talking about.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Legends of Vox Machina. You should go watch it.
Yeah,
The
go
second
watch
season
Legends
was
of
really
Vox
good.
Machina.
I think episode 10 was the best episode. That's for the Kevdak fight.
oh wait,
It was good.
It was the best episode.
is it Mystery of the Batwoman?
I thought it was Mystery of the Batwoman. I know if you type in
What's that one movie where they're like fighting and then they just start doing it?
oh, that's
Okay.
the
Batman and-
film
Okay.
version of The Killing Joke.
Pause.
Yeah.
Wait, shit.
God, I hate the way they redid Bruce's hair.
Is that Damien?
No,
It's
Tim Drake.
Oh.
He's a child.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I still think you're overreacting because it seems like a joke that Barbara would make. But Bruce Wayne is obviously not taking up that bait.
I don't know, but like there's also a
Because we see what it looks like when Bruce Wayne, Batman, flirts with people in that universe, and that's not it.
I don't know. I
Like
just
the way he talks to Wonder Woman, Talia al
Okay.
Ghul, or Catwoman, or Poison Ivy. That one old lady.
The pigeon lady from
Okay,
Home
we're
Alone
back.
2.
There's a lot of pigeon ladies.
From Home Alone 2 that's covered in shit.
Constantly, perpetually covered in.
Bro, if you want to be around pigeons like that, yeah, I mean, wear a poncho at least.
Poncho, or
I don't
just
care that you're homeless. Ponchos are 4 cents. You get scrounged at 4 cents.
I wanna
you
get-
deserve to die.
I wish that Chris Farley existed so that way I could hear him say that specifically.
You get scrounged at 4 cents.
Can't scrounge up force. Or Macho Man Randy Savage.
Next one to leave for New Orleans is going to do so with the lead bullet in his back.
I want to know what that movie is. I have no idea what it is. They were like going to hang him.
Fine.
Chris Farley. He died before we were born, and it sucks.
Yeah, he was an icon.
Iconic. Like,
Truly,
spearheaded SNL.
in the actual definition of that word, and not just some bullcrap that people spout. Like on Instagram, I hate that, and people are like, yeah, "Iconic, it's an icon." And it's like, it's somebody wearing platform boots. Shut up, Becky.
Oh my gosh, Becky. Also, shout out to Hogwarts Legacy for not being underwhelming, like everyone thought it was gonna be.
I've heard it's had some performance issues, but nothing. Connor, are you trying to look up if Batgirl and Batman had a relationship in the animated universe? I think you're full of crap, and you're not gonna find it.
I could have swore.
Fight! Oh, sorry. Don't do that.
But okay.
Fox and the Hound 2. What's the plot of that movie, Wyatt?
Couldn't tell you.
I think it's just a rehash of the
Because
they're
I-
back to being children.
I watched the
You
first
think-
one after like years of like being in like a teenager. I never watched it as a child.
Never.
No.
Oh, that
I
was
saw
like
I saw
my
like the
show.
beginning part of it in like elementary school.
I just thought of another because I said that was like my show as a child or my movie as a child. Finding Nemo was my movie as a child, and then Finding Dory came out as an adult.
I hate Finding Dory.
Why?
It's not good.
How not?
It's the same movie.
I think that was the point.
Cinderella 2
That's the
and
problem.
Cinderella 3 are bad.
I've never seen Cinderella 3. What the hell's Cinderella 3? What? There's a Cinderella 3?
There's a 3.
Yeah.
There's 2.
What happens in
There's two?
Cinderella 2?
There's 3. I don't know.
I don't know
'cause I
either.
know I've seen it, and it's also like, what the hell is this? These are perfect example of sequels that don't need
Wasn't
to
there
exist.
a James and the Giant Peach 2?
What?
At one point?
Wait,
I might be...
what?
Am I just making things up? Because
I don't
swear-
know.
Go boy. Can you pull that up, Jamie? I think that's the guy's name off of Joe Rogan podcast.
I have no idea.
Rude.
This ended up being
Bell's
mostly
Magical
Disney. I
World.
don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's a sequel.
Why is she that? What? That's
Because
not Belle.
yes, it is. Because
It's called crappy animation.
the animation budget for the direct to
I
video
know Belle,
sequels-
bruh.
the direct to video sequels didn't have as much of a movie budget.
Hunchback of Notre Dame too, bro.
Same.
Garbage, bro. It came out the year before.
Dude, Hunchback of Notre Dame and Pocahontas came out near
Extremely
similar times of each other.
an
and Pocahontas
extremely goofy
outrageous-
movie?
like outsizes it for some
Oh yeah,
reason.
yeah.
And I don't know why.
Because it's less scary to children.
How is it scary?
Because
How is Quasimodo scary? That's like the
he's
most
a
kiddie
monster.
version.
Lady
He's
in the-
not. That's
Lady-
the entire plot of the movie.
He's a monster.
Do you know what the plot of the
I
movie
must
is?
keep them locked away where no one else can see.
Did you watch Shrek? What's the plot of Shrek, Gary?
Shrek's a monster too. He just does
Get
it,
out!
He just does it in a funny way. Because he's voiced by
Okay.
Mike Myers.
Quasimodo does it in a touching way.
Barbara was the
Quasimodo
last.
fucking blows.
You don't understand the movie.
Barbara was the last of Batman's partners to relinquish their roles. She also got romantically involved with Bruce Wayne for a brief period.
At what
the time
point
of
in
the
their
Joker-
careers?
Joker around the period of time the Joker tortured Tim Drake, which lines up pretty well.
When they were in depressive episodes and had nothing to do with the Batwoman movie. When she was a grown-ass woman. That was Tim Drake in the car. Tell me that it makes sense in this timeline of the things and events that we have just witnessed.
Okay. I'm going head to head with you now.
Okay, we're having a battle royale here. So, here's two guns.
You keep,
Dang, no hesitation.
yeah, it's like
Over Batman.
I'm determined now.
you wouldn't believe what I would do for Batman.
Batman's not
Determined
real.
now.
I don't give a shit.
He's a monster too.
You know how many real people give
He's a
me shit
monster
for
too.
existing? Batman's never done that. Because Batman isn't real.
Quasimodo is disgusting. There's a reason he's locked away in a bell tower. Because he would horrify children on the street.
No, not that.
And the plot of the movie is him learning to do things for himself and coming out of the bell tower.
That's why Patrick Baby. Quasimodo is everything that's wrong with humanity.
Is it because he's a Romy? Is that what it is? You racist?
It's because he's ginger.
Yeah, okay. I want to put this out there. I don't know how he's a ginger.
How is he ginger, Wyatt?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Does his mom have red hair?
Nope.
Does his dad have red hair?
No.
Is it
They
part of
have black hair, brown, fair skin.
Are they trying to say that all gingers are warped at birth?
You know what Quasimodo means, Gary?
What does it mean?
Half formed.
Half formed?
That's actually what the term means.
So-
Quasimodo.
Are they saying that all gingers aren't fully formed at birth?
Yeah, that's exactly what Disney's saying based off of the centuries-old book
Let's cancel Disney.
for calling gingers half formed.
Half formed.
This is the hill we're dying on, Disney. Take it or
I
leave
have
it.
spent.
You have bigger things to deal with the Floridian government, but here's two guys in Kansas City.
All I'm saying
We
is
need to
that
dye our hair red for
there's
solidarity,
a
though.
there's,
That's the
no, I would
problem.
look like a fucking clown.
Yeah, how do you think I'm going to look? Like a
Normal,
horrible
because you
Guy
have straight
Gardner
hair.
ripoff.
You look like Ginger Jontron.
That's not better.
I'd look like a clown because I have curly ass hair.
Or just a normal Irish person.
No, their hair's not this curly.
There's a lot of them with really curly hair,
Not
though.
this curly.
There's
And
a
it
lot
have
of
to be
them
the
that
right
have
kind of
pretty
red
curly,
too. It
curly.
would be like orange red, but still, my hair's too.
Oh yeah, no.
frizzy.
There's like peroxide red, orange, and then there's like
red like cat from Victorious.
that's what I'm talking about with like peroxide.
unnecessary
like, user-
sequel. Salmon cat.
I don't have time to look up an official timeline. Anyway, okay.
It's because the
Ralph breaks
official
internet.
timeline's full of crap because there's comics called the Lost Years, but the two different eras that we are referring to exist at one point of Tim Drake's life.
We didn't even talk about Jurassic Park 2.
Jurassic Park 2 sucks.
The Lost World. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
The
Lost
Lost
World
World trash.
Jurassic Park.
Trash. Which is ironically where the rest of the movies take place on.
No,
The second island.
Jurassic Park 3 takes place there, and that's it.
Jurassic Park 2 takes place on the second.
That's what I'm saying.
And Jurassic World takes place on the second island.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does not take.
It takes place on Isla Numbar. That's why the giant gates are there. The second island never had the giant gates because it wasn't meant to be part of the theme park island.
Sweaty. Yeah.
That's why in Jurassic World they also go to the original, like
Place.
the visitor center.
What's
The
the
Star
second?
Wars sequels.
What's the second?
Second
Island
island is Isla something, and I don't remember what it is.
Isla Sorna?
Maybe. But I know that 2 and 3 take place on that second island because they could introduce different dinosaurs that didn't exist on the first
like
island.
the Spinosaur.
Yeah.
Like the Spinosaurus that they keep shying away from in Jurassic World movies. The pterodactyls that they keep, they brought those in, but not Spinosaurus. But hey, go off.
Yeah. For quite a while, the pointless sequels of the original Halloween continuity, except for Halloween 3.
Dude, horror movies.
Yeah.
Name any give me a horror franchise.
Isla Sorna.
Scream.
Scream?
Pointless.
The first one didn't need to exist.
Yeah.
Give me another one.
Paranormal
Halloween.
Activity.
Paranormal Activity? Once again, didn't need to exist, but
Poltergeist.
somehow more creative. The Poltergeist sequels are so garbage.
I know.
Wait, why? Godzilla.
Godzilla, no, perfect example. A lot of them don't need to exist. The first movie.
I thought this would piss you off.
No. I'm serious. The first movie is about an actual art form and explaining why atomic radiation is bad and the fallout of the socio
And
whatever
then the
stuff
rest
in
are
Japan. And then the second one's what if he fought a big monster?
What if you fought a gorilla?
What if you
And
fought
then
more?
the third one's what if he fought King Kong?
And then what if you fought more big monsters?
Yeah, and then it's
What if he fought a robot that was
like,
him?
What if
but
you
as
fought a
robot?
big moth?
Mothra also started as an eco movie, similar to Godzilla. Rodan also started in that way. It was supposed to be about Russian nuclear threats. That's why his name even starts with an R.
King of Monsters is an underrated movie.
Like the American one?
The American King of Monsters.
The American
this
newest
newer
one.
the newest.
Yeah.
The King of
Because
Monsters.
the original Godzilla in America was called
Because
King
the
of
The
one-
Monsters.
Mummy 3 didn't.
All I'm
do
saying
this.
is that when
Mummy
he
2 didn't need to exist.
when he
Have you watched The Mummy 2?
I have.
Do you know
isn't
that the Mummy
the one
1?
with the Rock, or is that Mummy 1?
It's the one with the Rock. Mummy 2.
Yeah.
The Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And he comes out of a giant hole.
With the little
In it-
kid with the wristband thing. The one that the animated series is based off of.
Brendan Fraser's son.
Oh, yeah, there was a Mummy animated series.
It's not good.
It's not.
It's horrible.
It isn't.
What was it? Wasn't there Tom Cruise in the Mummy?
That's the
That's the
reboot.
which
Because
is
Universal
shite.
was like, oh, we want to use all these monsters that we have and reboot everything. And they started with The Mummy and Tom Cruise.
Well, no,
and then they referenced the
started
original
with,
movies.
Dracula, right?
No.
With the Dracula Untold?
No. That's made by a different company. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Dark Universe started with The Mummy. Do not question my monsters. I don't know who made Dracula Untold,
All I'm saying.
but it did not start with
I didn't
Dracula
finish
Untold.
my King
Because
of
I,
Monsters
Frankenstein and
thought.
Dracula Untold came out at the same time. Me and Larry have talked about this franchise enough that we
Mhm.
know that The Mummy was the first one in their plans.
Okay.
I didn't finish my King of Monsters thought.
No, I'm not done with this. Connor's doubting me because he doesn't know shit about monsters. And I'm calling him out. I know this for a fact. I got too heated about these movies existing because Tom Cruise is a shit actor.
Okay, my dick is small. All right.
I know too much about these movies. I can tell you the script that they started with went through 3 revisions before they were like, let's hire Tom Cruise. And then he went through 3 revisions.
Okay.
Monster movies are the perfect example of why sequels don't need to exist because they can't contain themselves.
Are you done?
I am now.
Okay.
I'm calming down.
Good.
It's like when mommy and daddy fight.
I am the mommy.
Anyway, my King of Monsters thought. Rodan, when he's flying over the city and he's the upper wake of his wings are just tearing it apart, I think that's rad. Why do you have that?
It was given to me by my son,
Who's your son?
Joshua.
Yo mama is so hairy.
For context, I have this Bigfoot keychain. It says #1 mom.
I don't know where we go from here. So I just,
That was the context of me putting my keys on
Yeah.
the table. That's it.
no, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know where we go from there. So, does anyone have any closing thoughts on bad sequels, good sequels?
I think good sequels we definitely are going to expand on in like a real episode because there's a lot of good sequels. There's a lot of things that exist that improve upon original concepts, like James Bond. Some of them are still based on books. Some of them are good. Some of them are really bad or just hard to watch. And some of them were disadvantaged by having Pierce Brosnan,
What about the newer James Bonds?
I like Daniel Craig.
What
Once
about
again,
Cowboys versus Aliens.
Some are better than others.
Okay,
That's not a good example.
Wyatt, we're both right. So, Dracula Untold status as the start of the Dark Universe has always felt tenuous, with the film being retooled at the last minute, and the studio was still unsure of its plans. So, yes and no.
But that movie wasn't supposed to be part of
It
that
wasn't,
plan, though.
But it wasn't. But it was retooled at the last minute to kind of
Then why'd they
usher it in.
hire a different Dracula actor at the last minute
because
for the
they-
Dark
that-
Universe?
Because they were starting out saying maybe this is, and then they said no. This
Didn't it also come out 5 years before The Mummy?
It did, yeah. But yes, it was a yes and no. They were gonna use them, but then they decided against it and threw it out.
So they made the movie.
Well, it wasn't gonna be, and then it was, and then it wasn't. Basically, what?
So they
the
were
entire
like, we're gonna make a
DCAU
new
was not-
DC. They're gonna make a new movie, and then they were like, oh, let's include make a universe, and they were like, nah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
hate Universal,
yeah.
and they have the
Incredible
rights.
Hulk.
Because that's why
Yeah,
I
they
was
do
like,
have the rights to the Incredible Hulk.
okay, now my computer's about that. I have to put that away. Okay, but because that's why I was like, I've heard someone say, even in a Universal interview, that was going to be a thing, and then it wasn't.
Because there was supposed to be a Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein
Exactly.
movie,
Okay.
and the dude that they hired for Frankenstein is.
I could be Frankenstein.
You could do a better job than this man. He is not an actor.
Who is?
They just hired a guy
I don't
at my
remember his
job.
name. He was just a large guy with a square jaw.
They just hired a guy at my job. He's taller than me. 6'9".
Jesus.
He's only like an inch and a half taller than me, but
I was gonna say, is he stockier?
no,
Interesting.
he's very skinny, slim guy. I have him on mass by 100 pounds. We're out of time.
Oh shit.
I don't think that's why I was like, does anyone have any closing
Did
thoughts?
you know that the Mummy movie gave up so hard on being a movie about mummies that they made it take place in Iraq?
And on that note, we're out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Please make sure to go down in the comments and type in the secret words, which is
I'm sorry, I'm seething with. I got zoned out because I was like, God, I hate Tom Cruise.
secret word.
Fox, like Fox and the Hound. We talked about that.
Go down in the comments and type that. Wyatt will give you a gold star. All right,
I'll
guys.
give you a letter to join my army to fight Tom Cruise in law, specifically in law.
There's nothing against the law.
He's a Scientologist. That's the only way that's the only language what both of us can agree on is the law.
All
They
right,
like to
guys.
sue people.
Thank you so much for
That's
watching.
it.
All
Please
right.
make sure
all
to
right,
like,
all right.
subscribe.
We
and
need to feed him.
we'll-
Bye
We'll see you next time.
bye. Bye bye.
I'm not even angry.